I don't care if I'm cringe. I'm just a mirror of your internalized shame. Calling someone cringe, I feel, has become this socially acceptable jealousy. I feel like it seems so much easier to try and make ourselves invisible and be liked, or to judge others that trigger our own insecurities about ourselves, than to actually face our own insecurities and embrace our cringeness. But for those who have the courage to do so, you will be rewarded. Hello everyone, my name is Emerson and welcome to Mental Banter. Today I'm going to be talking about how to care less what other people think and to strive to be more embarrassing. I used to be the most self-conscious person, and as much as I'd hate to admit it, I still have my moments of self-consciousness. But through the years, I feel like I've really tried to challenge that about myself and to try and care less what other people think. But that is so much easier said than done. I used to be so embarrassed by myself because I seemed to be a naturally embarrassing person. Like it was some part of my personality. I would overthink every single interaction, stay up at night worrying about what everyone was thinking of me, and judge myself so much. But then I heard this really interesting perspective, and that is, it is only embarrassing if you are embarrassed. And I realized I wasn't necessarily afraid of what others may be thinking of me, but I was afraid of what I thought of me and whether it was true or not. Because the freeing thing is, I actually didn't know what people were thinking of me. I just assumed they were judging me, which reflects my own insecurities about myself and, actually makes me the judgmental one of myself and others. All those cringy and embarrassing things about me is actually what made me me and what people loved most about me. Those moments where I was vulnerable and authentic is what brought the best people into my life and is where I had the most fun. I feel like the world has made cringe the worst thing that you can be, but I feel like it's just everyone's fear of just being seen. I feel like it's also about that recognizing that when people judge you, it is 98% to do with them and has nothing to do with you. For example, you get called ugly by someone. That person is insecure about their looks, therefore judges you, because they are consumed by their own insecurities. It is a projection of how they feel about themselves and a defense mechanism to boost their own self-esteem. So apply this when you actually know someone is judging you, because it has nothing to do with you. And I guess you can also, do a little bit of self-confrontation when you also feel yourself judging someone. You can ask yourself, what does this person have that might be triggering a certain insecurity within me? You'll usually get your answer as why it actually doesn't have really much to do with them, but it's to do with your own feelings about yourself. The thing is, you could be the exact same person to 10 different people, and 10 different people would have a completely different, opinion of you. Some may absolutely love you. Some may just like you, and some may hate your guts. Some may really dislike you, but you are the exact same person to everyone. Opinions are subjective, and approval from other people is very inconsistent. So do not rely on it to feel anything about yourself. Ways you can actually, care less about what other people think about you is exposure therapy. I challenge you to embarrass yourself more. One way that I really got over, I guess, embarrassment was to be more embarrassing and to, make myself more prone for judgment, in a sense, from other people. Because I guess the more you get yourself used to it is the more you can, care less about it. It's also about, I guess, catching yourself when you're falling down a negative hole of assuming what everyone's thinking of you. And that can also lead you to reflect on your own insecurities and to also challenge them so you're less self-conscious in the future. So, for example, I used to really struggle with my insecurities about my acne. And I would worry everyone was looking at me and judging me for my acne, when in reality I was just judging myself for my acne. So I tried to soothe the judgment and to be kinder to myself about my acne and to challenge the insecurity by still trying to put myself out there and go out despite how I felt about my acne. So again, a little bit of exposure therapy. Putting yourself out there when you know you might feel insecure about how people are going to perceive you, and just still going for it and showing yourself that you don't actually have to be insecure about this thing. And also, when you do feel yourself falling down that negative spiral of what everyone else is thinking about you, Actually think to yourself, do I actually know that? Do I actually know people are saying this? Is there evidence that everyone is looking at my acne? Is there evidence that every single person is judging me? And even if there is evidence that somebody is judging me, for example, for my acne, I still reaffirm that, okay, that actually has nothing to do with me and it's to do with them and their character. And it's out of my control how other people perceive me. You know what I mean? Anyways, I hope everyone enjoyed that. That was a pretty short one today, but I wanted to keep this one pretty short and concise. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and yeah, I love you. Bye bye.